What's going on, everybody? My name is Tim Williams. We're here to break down today's 8-game MLB slate over on DraftKings. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tim. We're here to break down these slates over on DraftKings pretty much daily. We got a nice early slate today. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do it. I had a dentist appointment this morning, a little numbness going on, but it's all good. If you like baseball, you like DFS, you are in the right spot here. We're going to look at every matchup. Sometimes we'll talk about weather. We'll talk, bat versus pitch statistics. We'll talk salaries. We'll kind of compare where teams are as far as average on base percentage, home runs, strikeouts. So let's just jump right into it. First game we have here is the Brewers taking on the Phillies, 6.5 over under. I think this is my favorite pitching matchup on the slate. You have Woodruff taking on Wheeler, both at a little over 9K, 9.3 for Woodruff, 9.6 for Wheeler. I actually have interest in both pitchers in this one. Both the Brewers and the Phillies strike out a ton. Brewers 4th in the league in strikeouts, Phillies 6th in the league in strikeouts. I'm not really too afraid of the bats in this one. I'm not really too interested in the bats. I guess for value-wise, Vogelbach at 2.8K is fine. Shaw at 3.3. But the problem with those two is they actually both strike out quite a bit. So I honestly wouldn't mind pairing both of these pitchers up in a lineup. Both look very good. Next, we have the Astros and the Yankees. Yankees favored at home, 7.5 over under. You have McCullers taking on Cole. Both great pitchers, right, in their own right. McCullers, 8.3K, nasty curveball. Cole, 10.5K. Both have major upside as far as strikeouts go. I think Cole is going to get a decent amount of ownership. McCullers can be a little bit wild at times if the curveball isn't really working for him. I definitely favor the Yankees bats if that's the case. I don't think I'm going to get to either pitcher just because the matchup's a little bit tougher. Over under is fair, but on the Astros side, if I'm going anywhere, it's going to be left-handed bats. Brantley at 4.1, Alvarez at 4K seems a little too cheap. Tucker, just a punt in the outfield if you need it at 2.7K. And then on the other side, Stanton, 4.4K. I think, he's riding a hot streak. I've been fading him. He just keeps mashing. That's such a cheap price for him. I know McCullers is on the mound. Him and Judge look very good today. The issue with Stanton and Judge is they both strike out, but they both have major power upside. Urshela at 4K. I like Ford at 2.8K. I don't think a lot of people are going to be stacking the Yankees. Yankees have been hitting the ball very good, 9th overall in home runs, 6th in on-base percentage. So definitely in play for me. Next, we have the Tigers and the Red Sox, 8.5 over under here. Red Sox at home, favorited. You have Turnbull taking on Eovaldi. I don't care for either pitcher too much. I think they're both better real-life pitchers than actually fantasy. Eovaldi actually might get a lot of ownership in this one. Therefore, in GPPs, I'll probably just fade him. But he is in a really good spot facing a team who's 1st in strikeouts, 29th in average, 30th in on-base percentage. The only bats I'm really even remotely considering would be Grossman at 3.3K. But if I'm making 1 to 3 lineups, I'm definitely just going to fade the Tigers in general. I think Turnbull's actually a pretty decent pitcher. So it might be a little bit of a tougher matchup for the Red Sox, but it's a beautiful day out in Boston. Red Sox are hitting 1st in average, 3rd in on-base percentage, 13th in home runs. We know what they can do. Verdugo, 4.2K, a little too cheap if he's in the lineup. JD at 5.2K, Bogarts 5.2, Devers. They're all in play. I think their salaries are fine. I think it's very reasonable to get to those guys if you're going to punt in some other positions. So Red Sox in play for sure. Next, you have the Rangers and the Twins, 8.5 over under here. Twins favorited at home. Lyles taking on Pineda. At first glance, I was like, oh, Pineda, 7,500. I really like that spot. Rangers 2nd in strikeouts. However, the Rangers have been pretty good. 13th in average, 16th in on-base percentage. They're hitting home runs. I honestly think the Rangers are in play, especially if ownership's going to go Pineda's way. I think Lau at 3.6K is too cheap, probably my favorite bat for the Rangers today. And then Solak 4.3, Calhoun 2.7, Garcia 3K. They're all just really, really cheap. Pitching-wise, Lyle's not interested in that. I actually love the Twins bats here. They're just really expensive, but they're definitely in play. Everybody's in play, 1 through 8 for sure. Donaldson, 5.1K, Cruz at 5.3, Buxton at 5.8. It's just the issue is that they're just so expensive. But I'm definitely interested there. Next, we have the Mets and the Cardinals. Mets favored it on the road here, 7.5 over under. You have Walker taking on Gant. Walker at 7K seems kind of appealing. I really don't love the matchup for him. I think he's, getting hit around or will be getting hit around, not particularly today, but this season. I don't know. There's something about this matchup that it's just going to be like a good real life game. I don't think I'm interested in either pitcher. Bats wise, Mets I really like here as far as like lefties. McNeil at 4.4. I hate to say it, but Lindor at 5K, Conforto at 3.8, Smith. I'm interested. I just don't think the Mets are really putting it all together. And until they do so, I'm probably just going to fade them. But those guys definitely in play. And then on the Cardinals side, they're not a easy team either. They're not striking out as much as they used to. They're hitting home runs. They're 15th in average. Guys definitely in play. Edman at 4.6, Carlson 3.6, O'Neill at 3K. Those are kind of value plays I like here. Goldschmidt, Arenado, obviously in play for sure. I think the Cardinals go low owned in this one, so definitely interest. Next, we have the Indians and the Royals. McKenzie taking on Duffy. 8 over under here. Royals favorited. McKenzie 6.6. He's a little too wild, a little too inconsistent, a little too young for me, but the strikeout potential is definitely there. However, Royals don't strike out so much. They're 27th in the league in strikeouts. Royals 8th overall in average, 17th on base percentage. So I favor the Royals bats in this one. Danny Duffy at 8.8K is a little too pricey for me. He has been good this year, and the Indians, they just don't strike out as much as you think they do. So no interest in Duffy for me. On the Indian side, Luplow at 3.7K is probably my favorite bat, although it might not be sexy. Reyes at 4.5. Ramirez at 5.7 in play, definitely a little too pricey. I'd rather get to some Red Sox bats. And then on the Royal side, I think a lot of these guys are very much in play. Benintendi, I love for value in the outfield at 3K. Yeah, I said it. I love Benintendi in this spot. Santana 4.8, Perez 4.8, Solera 3.2, Dozier 3.5. You can even throw in Merrifield. I think they're in a good spot at home, early game. I like the Royals in this one. And then last but not least, second to last, Blue Jays in Oakland, 8.5 over under here. Blue Jays favorited. You have Ryu taking on Fires. I like Ryu as a pitcher in general. I don't really like his upside so much in DFS. 7,900 is pretty reasonable, but he's coming off an injury, so I'm not really interested in Ryu today. And then on the Oakland side, Fires, just no thank you. Blue Jays are just too good. They're favorited in this one. Semien in play at 5K, Bichette 5.4, Vlad at 5.5. I think there's going to be some ownership there, though. And then on the Oakland side, Ryu pitching, there's not a whole lot I really love on the Oakland side here. And then last but not least, Braves taking on the Nats. Braves favorited on the road, 9 over under here. Smiley taking on Lester. Smiley at 7,200, Lester at 6,400. Zero interest in any of this pitching. I think both offenses are very much in play here. Braves first in home runs right now, 16th in average, 7th in on-base percentage. Nationals, they can hit the ball 5th in average, 10th in on-base percentage. I think there's going to be some offense in this game. Who knows? It's baseball. Anything can happen. Guys in play on the Brave side, love Acuna at 5.5K. He's going to get a lot of ownership. Ozuna 4.8, Albies 4.7, definitely in play. And then on the other side, the Nationals, Turner 5.3K. I think he gets a lot of ownership. Harrison at 3.8, Zimmerman 4.2, Gomes behind the plate at 3.4K, very good. I think there's less pitching that looks good in this one. I think hitting wise, I think you can go a lot of different directions. I think a lot of bats are in play in this one. So this makes for a very interesting slate. That'll do it. My name is Tim. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, comment below. I want to see, what side, where are you leaning today? What are some of your favorite spots here? If you have any questions or you just want to say hi, if you like the content, if there's things I can improve on, please drop them below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and best of luck to you today.